Right. So beyond this, we now want to look at the construction of a marketing plan proper. Okay? The construction of a marketing plan. Now, for organizations, generally, it is important that every organization takes their marketing planning activities very seriously because a marketing plan will give you the roadmap against which you are going to, diagnose what kind of problems your organization has in terms of marketing, what your strategic objectives will be, what kind of strategies you are going to use to take advantage of opportunities, and also to mitigate some of your risk factors. Okay, so a marketing plan is very, very important. Beyond this, a marketing plan will also speak to your tactical flow. That is what you're going to do to be able to roll out, your actual marketing plan, and then it will help you to control and evaluate your performance as an organization. So, marketing plans are common across most organizations. As we've been asked to look at a marketing plan, what we need to appreciate here is that this marketing plan is going to have a span of 3 years. And so we are preparing a 3-year marketing plan. Now, this marketing plan has a specific purpose. Just like every other marketing plan, there should be a particular focus for which we are developing that marketing plan. In this context, or for this particular example, our marketing plan is going to help us, or is supposed to help us, to create competitive advantage through our chosen theme. Okay, so it's going to help us to create competitive advantage. Okay, now, irrespective of the field you are operating in, you should appreciate that there should be some competition in that field. And this marketing plan is going to help you to gain some competitive advantage over your peers in that space. Okay? So, just like any other marketing plan, well, first of all, when we are working on a marketing plan, the first thing we need to know is that we need to diagnose where we are currently. We need to perform an audit, a strategic audit of where we are currently in terms of our marketing activities. So the first thing to do, as far as a marketing plan is concerned, would be for us to determine or perform a situational analysis. Our situational analysis could look in some key areas, including the macro environment, the micro environment, the digital space. Okay, it should also help us to appreciate our competition, what is happening within the competitive space, and how we could also either reproduce what our competitors are doing, or stay ahead of them, or do something different to what they are also putting out there. We also mentioned that you need to be able to perform an assessment of your consumers to appreciate their behavioral patterns, their changing consumption patterns, so that you would be able to have a complete picture of what is happening in your industry or sector. So, for example, if we pick the automobile sector or industry globally, you realize that most consumers are moving towards automated vehicles. Okay, so most consumers prefer automatic vehicles to what? Manual vehicles. So if you're an automobile manufacturer, your situational analysis will pick up this information and tell you that according to your consumer analysis, most consumers today prefer to purchase an automatic vehicle rather than what? A manual vehicle or a manual transmission vehicle. Okay? Once this is established, again, your consumer analysis under the situational analysis section of your marketing plan will also give you some insights as to what could happen, or what your consumers, what their changing taste and preferences are. So, for example, today, most consumers are, or some consumers are migrating towards electric vehicles. are migrating towards electric vehicles. So these EVs has become the new thing now in town, and most consumers either aspire or are already purchasing these EVs. So if you are an automobile manufacturer like Daimler Chrysler, like Ford, like BMW, you should have factored, or you should factor this current trend or consumer trend in your situation analysis so that you can make decisions, you can factor this trend into your marketing plan going forward. Does it make sense? All right. Beyond your situation analysis, we should also be able to develop and extract objectives from our situation analysis. So, to conclude your situation analysis, you would use models, or you can use models like the Potter's 5 forces for your competitor analysis. For the macro analysis, you can use your pest or pestle analysis. For your micro analysis, that's the internal organization analysis, you can use the 7S, McKinsey 7S approach, okay, and so on and so forth. So once you are done with all of these, your SWOT analysis will now represent a summary of all the key and critical issues. Note that not all the issues you're going to raise in your audit or situational analysis would be critical to your business's operations or to the construct of your marketing plan. And so the critical issues you're going to raise from your audit will now make it into your SWOT analysis. So the appropriate way to prepare a situation analysis or a marketing plan is to start with your situation analysis. The situation analysis should be a 360 view of what is happening within the organization as far as your marketing operations are concerned. Of utmost importance is for you to focus on 5 critical areas. You can go beyond those 5, but these 5 must be present in any and all marketing plans that you prepare. So your micro environmental analysis, your macro environmental analysis, your competitor analysis, your digital analysis, and also your consumer behavior analysis. Once you are done with all of these, the critical issues in each of these models or frameworks or individual analysis will now be summarized into your SWOT analysis, will now be categorized according to the strengths, the weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. AKA, which of these points forms or pose strengths to us? Which of these points pose opportunities to us? Which of these serve as weaknesses to us? And which of these serve as what? Threats to us. So you're going to split and distribute the critical issues, the key issues from your audit, okay, from your situational analysis, and then use those issues to fill out your SWOT analysis. Good. Once we are done with our SWOT analysis, we have a fair idea as to what our strengths are, what our weaknesses are, what our opportunities are, and what our threats are. So we would use that information to now complete or to develop our marketing objectives. Our objectives are simply goals which we would want to achieve, as far as our marketing plan is concerned. It's as simple as that. What are the marketing objectives that we want to, or goals that we want to achieve as far as our marketing plan is concerned? Okay, so note that your marketing objectives should be derived from the findings from your audit or the findings from your SWOT analysis or situational analysis. You see, we mentioned that the SWOT analysis should be a summary of the key issues from your entire audit, from the various models in your audit. Once we have established that, you would also need to extract your objectives from the SWOT analysis. Other than that, if you do otherwise, what it will mean is that your SWOT analysis is irrelevant to your marketing plan. Okay, so you need to be able to extract your objectives from your SWOT analysis, aka it is those weaknesses, those opportunities, those threats that you have discovered from your situational analysis or from your marketing audit that you would use to develop your objectives. If you develop objectives which have nothing to do with the audits that you've performed, you are off track with your marketing plan. It means your marketing plan sits in one corner. It is detached, or you have detached your marketing plan from what is happening on the ground or currently. Fantastic. Now, the next thing is that after you've done your situational analysis or your marketing analysis, and you've also developed your objectives, the next thing is to focus on strategy or your strategic options.